Happy days. It is time for some FACEIT Ling. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Friday. You know what? We're going to make it better either way. Like, how could it not get better? We got EDM taking on Kintsugi here tonight. As we head into, the final 3 days of Season 6 here for Master Division. Master Division will conclude this Sunday as far as regular season is concerned. We will move into the postseason starting on Monday. I can't wait. It's going to be an exciting playoffs all around, any way you slice it. This has been a crazy season. Like, I don't care which division you're talking about. I don't care which region you're talking about. It is going to be a banger playoffs. They have all been highly competitive. There's no real clear-cut favorite across any division, across any region right now. Things have leveled out actually very nicely as far as extremely competitive standings across the board, this NA Master being no exception. Kintsugi trying to fight their way into the top 8. So, we're taking a look at your standings here for NA Master. Things are looking fairly set, right? Hivemind and Artemis have 6 losses each. They're the only 2 that could even drop down below this 8th mark. EDM are showing right here just because they have a couple games left to make up. One thing you'll see here is Kintsugi with these 7 losses. And they're hoping that they can still make playoffs with that. They certainly cannot lose another one. So with only 1 game left to play for each Artemis and Hivemind, 8 losses is mathematically out, right? Like, that's it. You're done. So it's a must-win situation here for Kintsugi tonight. They have to win out the season. They have to stay above, with 7 losses or better. They cannot go worse than that. Period. And they're still relying on Artemis and Hivemind to drop their series tonight against Shikigami and In Control, respectively. Need to basically be perfect for the rest, for a very tough match. You're going up against an 8-4 EDM. Have shown signs of greatness, and I still stand by. I have one of the most explosive and exciting DPS lines in the entire division, even at 6 and 7. I stand by that statement. But have kind of fumbled the bag a little bit in some key matchups. I think Artemis was one of those. Like, okay, so actually, here you go. Artemis will not drop their slot to Kintsugi. It's impossible. It's mathematically impossible because they have this head-to-head. But if Hivemind drop their match, then you've got Kintsugi, you have that head-to-head. And if both teams finish 8 and 7, Kintsugi should get the 8th slot. Hivemind, I think, are kind of hoping that Kintsugi win, to be honest. It's coincidence, as big a coincidence because their fate's in their own hands. Because if Hivemind win and Kintsugi win and EDM, drop a couple more series, there might be a chance. There might be a chance that Hivemind steal away a higher seed here than their 8-6 record might currently indicate. It feels like there's a lot of the match, a lot on the line here tonight. 2 teams that I absolutely expected to make playoffs, 2 teams that I wouldn't expect to even be showing 8 and 9 for whatever circumstances may be, right? One of many bangers that are, incoming here over the next couple of weeks. Mr. Skunk, I am in need of a banger match. Is this rank and find one? Yes, Maddie, you have come to the right place. You are absolutely in luck. You have come to the right place. Let's get you some gambas out there, friends. We had EDM pick Ilios. Kintsugi have banned out the Ana. All right, there's some gambas for you, friends. We are going to get a side swap. I'm going to go ahead and fix that for you and get that Ana ban plugged in. EDM, again, we expect them to do well. They have faltered a little bit here recently. Despite, Cardi-Fan returning, was very exciting and highly anticipated. But we've also, not only have we seen Cardi and Derpy splitting playtime, it's not like it's been exclusively Cardi-Fan at all, by no means. But we've also seen some one uncharacteristic loss against In Control. That kind of made everybody stop and go, whoa, what's going on there, EDM? Did we not get enough sleep? What happened here? So, just because EDM do have a significantly better record coming into this match, don't don't let it fool you that they are absolute just automatics to win this, you know? That Kintsugi can't come back and upset. Plus, I mean, you're talking about Strider has joined Kintsugi here shortly before the roster lock. We're getting Strider in for map 1. You damn right we're getting Strider in for map 1. Virtual also coming over from Tanika Tapira and joining the squad shortly before roster lock as well. I think it was a huge pickup. I think it is a potential flex support to be keeping an eye on. Going into the, the end of this year and into 2026. There's a Freya ban here from EDM. All right, let's get into map 1. Reddit and Ilios here to kick things off. Oh, no free face cam. Horrocks paid for face cam earlier, but you don't get it for free for N8. Sorry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
We are, of course, getting the Strider Wrecking Ball. We're actually getting the Battle of the Wrecking Balls here, which is quite amazing. I mean, this is Strider versus Cardifan here. And so keep an eye out. Look at it. It's going to be a big matter of push and pull. And Cardifan trying to peel back, decides to go in on the attack as Lich landing a good volley of stickies, and then is able to also peel back and kind of thwart Cardi as well. So right out of the gate, I'm seeing Lich doing a good job of helping with the pile drive dives out of Strider and helping with the peel for the backline. All right, so now we're getting another push in from Emote down mid. Oh, but they lose Gorilla as they extend out. Kashir hoping to trade. It's your best luck now. You've lost Shakiriko. Kashir needs to trade. Gets pushed into the health pack. A little gift from Strider as Kashir finds themselves just suddenly on top of the Mega. Oh, but also without friends, Cardifan's able to trade a pair, gets the backline. Oh, what a crazy first fight. So this is the kind of series we've got on our hands. Are you kidding me? This is going to be something special. This is going to be something special. Cave, thank you for being here, my friend. Lemon was in here hanging out for most of the afternoon. Oop. We were talking about some of the Hawks and stuff. Good clapback from Strider and Co. I was talking about Virtual being, potential next up in the flex support department, and I mean, in crucial role that I think we could definitely use. Use some good ones. Always need more good flex supports, right? I mean, not that there's a lack of. That's not what I mean. But Lemon says, "Let's go, folks." You know what? Fair. You're still here. It's good that you're still here. But anyway, I think Virtual been quite outstanding from what I've noticed recently. Does have the Kitsune Rush advantage, and we have Kintsugi with more ultimates leading into this. Early damage on to Kashir. Oh, try to get that finish. What a big pick that would have been, but not quite able to find it. Kashir is able to get out. Kashir playing now off a bridge in a duel with Lich. Meanwhile, Kitsune Rush here on statue side from Kintsugi. Lich is just going to shadow step in, I think, to make sure Kashir did not get planted in. It was a good read. Kashir had the Death Blossom. I think he was trying to cut off the disengage, but Lich reads it just in time. There's the re-engage with the Death Blossom, though. Didn't see the second time in. You know what, to be fair, I didn't see Kashir coming the second time either. An enormous play. We've got ADM control at 72%. Oh, cool bit of tech there from Strider. I'm going to just have to do a lot of third person for this, if we're going to get the Wrecking Ball the whole series. It's going to be very, very fast-paced. And so you see little duels going on all over the place, trying to create mismatches, create trades. Winner's able to find too late, and an important pair at that. We're going to lion's share of the damage and the sustain cut out of the Emote down mid comp. We're going to flip in the OT. Kashir shadow stepping back in. Does mean Strider can't really stick around too long to pursue that kill on a gorilla. Ooh, the roll through from Strider does catch Kashir on the Shadow Step. Nicely played. So Kashir actually overextends to try to protect their support and ends up being the one getting picked. We get a late push. Kintsugi trying to follow up on some of that. 111 health. Strider goes back in behind enemy lines. Both teams kind of... One team has this sexy man. I'm willing to bet they both do. The other one has multiple. I don't know. I mean, you do have, as far as sexy Frenchman. Unfortunately, your sexy Frenchman has been stuck. And yeah, I won't argue that Eden is a sexy Eden. Can't argue that. And with that stick, and we had a good Death Blossom in there from Lich as well. Now mine's on the point from Strider. And Kintsugi have all the tools they need to take this opening round on Ruins. Rogers Numbers, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. I like how Strider just took to the sky. You force an early recall out of victory. That is a very important cooldown to get out early, although I'm seeing Virtual under pressure. Swift Step's been forced, but not Suzu. So learn to keep an eye on these very crucial cooldowns. Oh, Lucardi. Somehow Cardi makes it out of that one. But with the cooldown trade, as we saw, we'll just kind of get leverage step by step throughout that opening fight. I mean, originally, initially, with the recall being forced, you take victory out of the fight for a little bit. I mean, and then Cardifan, unfortunately, ends up off the side. Oop, good follow there from Strider. Good recognition. Oh, hey. This'll help. Whoa, that is gigantic Bohart. Whoa, that's amazing. Gigantic Bohart looks awesome. I didn't have outlines on, I'm sorry, y'all. That'll help with these frantic comps. How about some April Pop? This is Kintsugi defending their point valiantly. April finishes it off with a third. Look at that, 3-piece for the Lucio. Gotta love it when your Lucio shows up. Able to, there we go. Oh, and Taxi and their Curie back into the fight. And that's what they needed. I mean, your Curie died early. You had to win that fight quickly. I mean, this is not really a sustained fight here. Whoa. That is a dead sexy Eden. Strider just got bowled over into the corner, though. The most dangerous game of pinball ever. That's usually what happens when you get the double ball in pinball. One just knocks the other down the hole anyway. Considering rush over the objective should help clean this back on the back of this, on the back of the sound barrier. Jeez. So double support ult investment. We'll get it done here. And with a 90% of the board, it's going to be tough for anybody to even get back. Sexy Eden should still be alive here at the end of the fight. We'll see if Eden can make it back to the point. We do have victory on the Tracer. There's another great option. Ball should all be able to stack her in. All right, gonna drop in through the roof. Sexy Eden gets a kill on the winner. on route here. So with so many good options, it's not just a good fight, but a overwhelming victory here in this engagement. Oh, as I said that, Lich finds Kashir. But still, EDM do quite nicely there in what, you know, could have been a desperate fight. Actually ends up being a pretty clean engagement. Gonna get a Suzu out early in the fight. We'll see if Cardi knows that. May try to make a quick re-engage onto with the mines. That's a not sure who to go on to. But yeah, you're going to the mines out here. Virtual does have that Suzu back out of line. Sound barrier in. And, oh, April finds themselves on the business end of one of those glowing ornaments. Lich picks up one here in the 5, but won't live long enough to get their Death Blossom in. And EDM hold, although with some late trades. The Chits, I love that name. Hey, you know what? Sometimes it just takes a round to get warmed up, Chits. Just takes a round to get warmed up. Sometimes, you know. I think Kintsugi have been underperforming all season. I think this is bound to be a banger match. Oh, Lich finds Eden with the dire shotguns. Death Blossom for Kashir has got a 5-1, but Lich picks up another one, taking the ball out of this fight. God, and the Lucio and Wrecking Ball feel like such instrumental parts of this. Let's keep an eye. Lich will hunt out Kashir. Victory is dead. Nothing but blue outlines left on the point. Kintsugi, take map 1. Is the emphasis on sexy or Eden? I mean, is it mutually exclusive? Is it mutually exclusive? Could it not be both there, Careful? I can see with the powerhouse behind these DPS lines, and I mean, when you get into a Wrecking Ball matchup like that, really with Winter throwing in a lot of practice, that prowess and practice shown on the Tracer, you know, back when they played season 5, excuse me, moving, you know, kind of moving into the Tracer role. Was that season 4? That actually may have been season 4. No, because season 4 would have been stage 3. So, wait. Yeah, that's right. Anyway. But, nevertheless, Winter putting in some extra Tracer practice, not just pure hit scan, and we got to see that come to fruition here. And this powerhouse DPS line does help give the advantage when it's in those dually. You're getting little pockets of trying to create mismatch, and you know, when a 2v3 on one side, a 2v1 on the other, see if you're the one that can kind of get in a position to have the 2 and not the 1. It felt like Winter and Lich were having a really good map from my eye test. That was a standout to me. We're gonna get an Orisa ban with the circuit pick. That means Darpy's coming in, and that's what that means. EDM will stay in the red outlines. Let me go ahead and get that Orisa ban plugged in. Let's get some stats up here. Does the stat card reflect my eye test? Absolutely does. Lich is 25-4, 12k damage. It absolutely does. Winner 23-3. We saw Lich, you know, starts on the Echo, tries something a little bit different in the beginning, to where you can see the idea behind it. Very quick decision making and creating those mismatches I'm talking about. Is able to quickly shift their attention from helping out with the pile drives on the front line to peeling for your supports in the back, and peeling against the ball of Cardiff in the back line. So I can see the vision with the Echo does end up in the Reaper when it's all said and done. Head and shoulders DPS, especially above any other DPS player in the lobby, but gold damage for sure. Yeah, fantastic map 1 there for Lich. And Winter with fewest deaths in the server as well. So just put a little feather in that cap. Lich has most elims, most damage. Winter has fewest deaths. Vampirage, I'm back. My brain is fried after coaching for 4 hours. Oh, dude, that'll do it. That'll do it. Well, hey, you know what? You don't have to overanalyze this. This is so far just been a fun one, but this is gonna be a fun one either way. You know, just sit back and enjoy some Overwatch. Enjoy some big plays. We had Wrecking Ball. We had Cardi Fan Wrecking Ball versus Strider Wrecking Ball on map 1. I mean, it's already cinema. We're likely to get Derpy coming in. Who knows? We're gonna get the Reinhardt. Maybe. Maybe. You know, I don't know. I don't know. Strider stays in for map 2. Oh, excuse me. We do get Derpy coming in, though. All right, let's get a circuit. Let me get that Symmetra band plugged in. And virtual crashed. Oh, my goodness. But I gotta show you all this. Strider, I dapped up Bull Skunk at land. It's no lies detected. What do we got? What are we looking at? What are we looking at? We're looking at Strider still in Wrecking Ball. Here in Circuit Royale with Derpy coming in to play the Reinhardt. Or maybe not. Maybe making a read. Okay, no, we are going to see what it looked like. Derpy might have been making a move back to spawn. Deciding to see if they wanted to play against this Bull Pharah Hanzo with a lack of Symmetra. You know, with the Reinhardt and, you know, and you've got the Soj and the Mei with the Symmetra now banned out. I can understand EDM's hesitation there, but they do stick with this, and you know what? It pays off. Victory is able to find an opening kill and a very important one on the virtual. This should just prompt disengage here from this defense. Zach, lock in on your game, says your coach. Let's plan out of the skybox. Farah was one of the characters that actually got brought up earlier. We had Coach Cass on. You know, I was doing a little coaching with Cass. And Lynch was talking about how, you know, well, Farah never really wants to actually engage. Just wants to sit back and just constantly pour pressure and damage in your direction. It's just spam and corralling. Hanzo actually kind of similar. And to where this is less of a poke comp and a pick comp than, I mean, is it then a spam comp at that point? A spam comp with a Wrecking Ball? I mean, that's an interesting theory. That's an interesting thought. It kind of makes, you know, with a Wrecking Ball just kind of displacing you and pushing you all around, while there's just an infinite amount of damage, which you could usually corral and kind of outplay. But with the Wrecking Ball displacing you, it makes it so much more difficult. It's so much easier for an errand, you know, tree trunk or arrow out of Lich to get the job done. No, I thought Strider might try to push somebody into the dragons or something. It didn't quite work out. Ant Matrix up. Lamp, oh, it's a touch late to say victory. So good job from Strider. I mean, you're able to get Lamp out and you get that important pick. Lich is going to turn around and find Kashir as well. This defense will stabilize with right around 90 seconds left to go here once. Oh, okay, Django lives. Or Derpy, that is. That's important. But yeah, so about 90 seconds once we get a re-engage here. Sound barrier forced out by the mines from Strider. Considering Rush layered in. So, I mean, max value from the sound barrier out of Pauline. And you're able to kind of negate 2 ults at once there. Really gifted to you by Kintsugi. The Strider not able to escape this time. 5v4 on the point. But Derpy is low. Bow shield and health bar. Still, they're going to try to inch forward here a little bit. Less than a meter to go. We got a touch at the end. Lich canceled out of the blossom. Excuse me, out of the barrage. You gonna point on the board here. And we'll continue their march. Well, you know, a struggle stroll through Circuit Royale. Like, they're still kind of strolling, but, you know, it's been with a bit of a twisted ankle. Like, they're making it through, but they're not, like, hard marching. They're, you know, it has not come without some casualties. Still. Memes aside. 2:30 to push in. Not a whole lot of time, to be honest. But you have managed to close some space. I think, Lich and Winter have less room to work with. Sound Barrier engage here. It was in response to the overclock out of victory, and they're able to cancel it down. Susie will save Strider from that shatter. Well, Kashir, I'm surprised you're not behind that window. So, tried to play the angle. Ant-Matrix, Pulse Bomb, Earth Shatter, all invested here from Emote down mid, and I'm going to stick the camera in a trade because why not? I thought it was a coconut. Strider's able to get the pick. No value on the back of that triple ult investment. You can see EDM, we're just sheepishly trying to back away. Will not make it out safely. We'll get stagger picks here for further buying some time for this defense. I'm going to take a sip of tea. Okay, we get changes. We get some chops. Kashir on a hero that only wants to engage. There's zero poke, zero stage. You're just gonna get your cooldown out. Lynch drops a 2K barrage. There, the backline. Kintsugi rush thrown in over the front. And Kintsugi with a very successful fight. Very much winning the macro. Yeah, Derpy tried to go over to a Sigma there before that previous fight. You see Pauline kind of Mr. Heroes through an Ana before going back into a Lucio. ADM are looking a little lost on how they want to contend with this Kintsugi defense. In a very important match here at the very end of the regular season. Kashir finds that great opening pick, though, in a manual hack. Namely, even just a hack onto Strider, as some might say. It's not like we have manually in the game, so, Huh? All right. A precious fight win, much needed fight win. That's taken them 3 minutes to find that opener that Kashir is able to deliver. I mean, and this is with, you're facing, a pretty significant sound barrier disadvantage, although that might still come back to haunt him. Gorilla's going to toss in an early Ant-Matrix at the beginning of this fight. Is it too early? By the time in this phase, there's still going to be time for a recon test. Look for April to try to come out with this sound barrier. It's going to be important for this retake. Pushes out to the point and is able to get the touch. EMP over the top. That canceled the sound barrier. Oh no, Kashir will get the C9 with the EMP. Now Derpy's got to deliver. You've got a low gorilla in the corner. Just can't quite find the kills. And despite the perfectly timed EMP, we actually got a C9. We actually got a C9. What am I talking about? We got a C9. They won that too. I have a disbelief. They had an Ajax and a C9 all in the same fight. And that was, and Kintsugi won that fight. Like, now I just feel stupid for not seeing the C9 sooner. I'm sure they do as well. See Winter looking a little angry here. Beautiful. Yeah, all of Kintsugi looking a little angry, and that engagement had purpose. That looked inspired by fury from giving up a C9 on the back of an Ajax. They had a huge sound barrier advantage. Now Derpy's gonna make another swap. Fall lane drops to the sound barrier, and Gorilla does not get the beat. The Immortality Field's not enough to keep him alive, and Kitsune Rush plus Tectonic are in play. That's going to combine for quite a few kills in a big hole. Despite a bit of a folly. Going into the hotel, Kintsugi will not let the cart get very far past the threshold.
0 to 2. Switching sides. Initiating match.
is NA Master Division at the same level as EMEA Master Division? I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that. It's an interesting question. I think so. I don't feel like there's any big discrepancy. We've seen like superstar teams come through both. Like, I mean, Team Vision probably would have beat anybody in Master Division last season when they were playing at their full strength across either region, right? But for the most part, yeah, I think they're very even. I think they're very, very comparable, and the tiers have actually balanced out quite nicely as far as level of play and competition. And this season, I think, is a pretty cool indication of that. Just how highly competitive all divisions have been, at least that we cover on this stream. Both NA and EMEA, Expert and Master, have all been highly competitive across the board. Oh, I didn't look at any stats. I'm sorry. A dominant defense. I won't keep it there long. Dominant defense. We'll look at a break between team fight. I'm curious. I mean, Lich just had to have just an enormous amount of damage, right? Like, feels like Lich is leading in damage by a country mile. That rock landed, it looked like, from Strider, who's playing a Sigma, by the way. Don't often see the Strider Sig. We're going to get it here. Kashir has pulled out a Torbjorn just for some extra resiliency. They'll just kind of sit back here and play bodyguard, but you know what? If Winter's able to pop Gorilla from 5 miles away, the Torbjorn's never going to get a chance. And it feels like it was a easy pickings for the long range comp. You know, Lich and Winter felt like both able to outrange the Torb. So we will get, Kashir's going to swap. I'm not even that convinced on the Freya, to be honest. Especially with the nerf to Freya. It's a great skin, though. I'll give you that. You've got a great aesthetic here, Victory. Oh, I tried to get Lich Pop. That would have been so cool. No, give me a Lich Pop. There's the combo, and Winter with the finish. Beautiful call out. And you can see just how invested everybody. Oh, whoa! Oh, I hit the wrong button there. Sorry. No, that's what happened there. Jeez, how long? I hope that hasn't been on that too long. All right. Hey, at least we didn't miss this OC. Kashir cut down in their prime. As this cart will absolutely stroll in. Kintsugi are marching. And put a monstrous headshot into victory. God. And the thought that this team might not make playoffs, this is a little ridiculous. Even if they do everything right, they still might not. But let's not think about that right now. It's a flawless Circuit Royale. Kintsugi now on match point, leading 2-0.
Play of the game.
Suravasa pick out of EDM heading into map 3. See if they can start this reverse sweep. EDM are still needing to claim some dubs. I don't think they have all easy opponents as well. It's going to be a Lucio ban. We'll go look at some stats there. I also want to look at EDM's remaining schedule. Stats from map 2. Winter and Lich look fantastic. They're both putting in the damage necessary, as you would expect in Circuit Royale, but I mean, very spam heavy DPS. They're landing the shots. They're You know, they're staying alive, doing everything you need them to do. Comprehensive map put together there from Kintsugi. Let me go plug in that Lucio band before I forget. And let's go look at EDM's remaining schedule. So they still have Boot Troop and Anomaly to play. Obviously, one of those is going to be way tougher than the other. It would take them losing all three. It would take them losing to Anomaly for this head-to-head to truly come back to bite them in the ass. Now, it may bite them in the ass as far as what Hive, like I was talking about earlier. Let's say Kintsugi win this and Hive Mind and Artemis all went out. Emote down mid could find themselves further down in the standings and facing, you know, a tough round one in the playoffs against Alternate or Boot Troop. You know, and that would not be ideal for them either. Second part of the Bulls gonna bingo card. Yep, there it was. Yeah, that would be that. There it is, Lemon. That would be on the bingo card. That would be on the bingo card for sure. Randomly cut to my camera, like unknowingly, like to where I don't even know that I'm on camera. It was a Cassidy ban here out of Kintsugi. No changes. No changes in the lineup here for Kintsugi. We are getting Cardifan coming back in, but Pauline's staying in, which means the Lucio expert of Sexy Eden is not coming back in. The sexiest of Edens does not make a return. That was hurt. Okay, all right. My stream deck glitched out for a moment. We're all good. We're all good. All right, so this is going to be a matter of controlling this high ground, protecting your back line with a big pick from Virtual. That's a step in the right direction from Kintsugi in that regard. It's just Cardifan here. And you're not going to be able to overwhelm Virtual, Lich, and April. They're able to just keep each other topped up. Cardifan has to pull back in hopes that maybe they can help trade and protect from Strider. Cooldowns being forced out here from Strider, and Kintsugi already at 55% on the board. Virtual leading the server in ult charge, just narrowly over victory. Keep an eye out for that Tracer. Takes to the high ground where the Tracer can't get them. Well, Lich is low. Ooh, that was a chunky. You heard that chunk. It was a satisfying sound for any carry player. With low victory gets found out. What a shot there from Virtual. Body shot bandit. You know what? It's all it takes. Nothing fancy. Center mass there when they're that low. We're going to get the swift step in. No Suzu, but fortunately it wasn't needed. Winner does land the pick, but Cardifan's still able to get one. Finds Winner through that somehow, but 99 fight will end up going into Kintsugi's favor. They'll take 100 to 0 to start things off on market. I'd normally go to like an overhead to see like how our teams are rotating. All right. There we go. Well, they're going to get the kill. I was going to say, but Strider's just staying in with the fight.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Strider's dropping in. Virtual throws in a Kitsune rush to the front line. Pauline, I love the hesitation. It took him a second to get online, but you think the second rush would get more value. Victory's trying to see if that theory is true. Trying to prove that very true, that is. EMP layered in on top. So far, April's able to fend off the Coalescence and the EMP with that rally. And you still have a couple to work with here. Very well played out of Kintsugi. They're winning out the macro game. Strider's going to find a pick here without having to invest the mines. Everything's still continuing to just come up Kintsugi here in this match. Not just on Suravasa, but in this match in general. Ooh, had the shot. You heard the little pit from the beam gun. It's actually a full-on. It's not beam guns. Move from the tracer. Caught Kashir there for a moment. Mines are in play. The deals are from Cardifan. All right, keep an eye on Kashir. I'm trying to keep an eye on how they loop in. So Cardifan coming out. Kashir rotating back in. I think it was a Victory who had tagged on that one. Ooh, that's gonna be a boop on the side. April gonna go for a swim. Strider will get the roll through onto Cardifan. Return the favor. Like I said, we're just gonna keep this as a third person. Mine's out, but Kashir with a beautiful engage. You take control of this coastal side. You've got 3 players in here planted from EDM. Still 96% counting on the board. Possession. Possession from Kintsugi woman. Get him up to final 5. Lich says got my one. That was funny. Well, happy 6-7 to YouTube, X. Gorilla. Following up, I believe it was a roll through. You can see the sits from Cardi and that. Winner's able to find 1. Oh, no. And, I mean, great job. Great job from Pauline and Cardi Faye to find that kill, though. If Virtual had been able to stay alive, comboed with Winner getting that pick, maybe there's an opportunity here. But especially EMP comes out. You know, Strider does a good job. You get the EMP out. It's not too shabby. Coalescence has recently been used. But despite EDM once again probably finding themselves down in the economy, and they're going to continue to look for picks here. They do tire up the map. Oh, Cardifan gets a boost. What is this angle from Pauline? Whoop! But Swift Step used very early in the fight. Against a very divey call. Mine's up. Oh, actually, there's a Kitsune rush up. Now, there are mines in the field as well. Like, I heard mines, and then I didn't see mines, so I was like, did I confuse myself here? I'm guessing just a Strider pile drive, perhaps the April rally was used to help clear that out. But once again, though, the economy in favor of Kintsugi, they use the Kitsune, they use both of their support ults, leverage this important first cap. Look like EDM were trying to kind of bait a couple players to following that in. What was it? Pauline playing aggressively once again. Whew, the health bar was so low. Victor with a good job peeling that off. Nice stick. Will Link gets 2! Victory! What an opener. 1 clip into April. A nasty play. This Victory crowbars open gardens and delivers it into the hands of EDM. Disgusting. What a stick. That calls for a cup of tea. That calls for a sip of tea. Yeah, Cardi, you're not invisible there, my friend. Wrecking Ball's doing a lot of early poke damage. I mean, I guess Wrecking Ball version of poke damage. As Kintsugi make their way onto the point, but it was the Strider fighting opening pick, ends up going down. Gorilla with a Coalescence, covering both sides, head on a swivel all directions. We do get a touch, but Victory, I think, sacrifices themselves to make it happen. EMP hits 4, but Lich has the point covered in lava. We're gonna get a late Kitsune invested. Paulie's not scared to invest in a 2v3. I mean, a 2v5. Excuse me. 2v5, it's alright. Honestly, a huge ultimate use. We're going right next door to Palace as well. And that Kitsune Rush, a precious tool to try to dislodge what can be a very tough point to retake. Now, with time to spare, we'll see how much Kintsugi want to try to hold the point. Yeah, it's just right on the point. Everybody else is going to go up to the high ground for now. How are we getting staged? That is a massive collapse on the gorilla. Oh my goodness. EDM are just spread all over the map. They're looking a little disheveled here. Rallying out in from April. Let's go check this out. Victory, once again, trying to be the hero here. And Kashir right there along with it. Has to stop dealing with the pesky turret, buying winter time to find their third pick in this fight. So first cap does indeed go to Kintsugi. Winner with yet another pulse. Big 2K on that last one. 2K here could just deliver the series. Or the map, rather. No, that would be the series. Yeah, no, I was active the first time. Watch for the setup here. Trying to keep an eye on everybody. All right, mine's to cover Chandelier side, where the majority of Kintsugi are hanging out. The Sombra is directly below us. Victory is playing there from Coast, trying to pull out some attention from the supports. It's got the shield broken from April. April's going to run away. Doesn't want to stay in that fight for too long. Tries to come back and regroup where the Kitsune Rush has been invested on this objective. Which is going to go and invest this molten core. Oh, in that room. Holy to no chance. Cardivan's melted. And that's just going to do it. Kintsugi will 3-0 their final match of the regular season. The question still remains on will it be enough for them to make playoffs? Gataroto, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate it. Wow. It would have been right to say that even EDM were favorites coming into this match. And I think now I feel even more validated in saying that I think that Kintsugi, that I had Kintsugi placed correctly, that they just underperformed. I don't know what happened. You know, I don't know. Somebody just wasn't feeling good one week. I mean, that match against Artemis, that Artemis match is the one. That's the one that really bites them in the ass. Losing to Puree, not ideal, but that's the very beginning of the season. You're still trying to figure things like that's a loss that you probably wish you hadn't dropped, no doubt. Same with In Control. Like that's, a loss to In Control also very atypical, and you wouldn't be in this situation if you dropped that one either. So, but the one to Artemis means even if they lose here, that Artemis still gets the head-to-head and will still get the 8th seed. Before we look at anything else, let's put a nice little bow on this series. Let's see. What are some stats there from map 3? It's Lich with 13.6k damage. Wow. Lich, your player of the match here tonight. I think one of the most exciting up-and-coming Flex DPS. One of my favorite next up DPS players, period. I don't know. I mean, just looks better and better. I don't know. I'm flabbergasted that there's even a potential this team might not make playoffs. Look at the damage output from Lich all night long. Incredible. Incredible. Not only did you have a 13k map here on Suravasa, but you were averaging 13k a map. And these were fairly fast. None of these were particularly long maps, right? It was a 2-0 on Ilios. I mean, on Oasis. It was a 3-2. Like we didn't get very far into the hotel, right? We barely got past point. We barely saw past point B on Circuit Royale, and then a 3-1 on Suravasa. So none of the maps went their distance, and still we see Lich putting up those kind of numbers. Yeah, definitely your player of the match.